welcome to episode 18 of that VLS podcast with me, Stephen. We got Darren.
Hello.
We got Josh.
Hello.
Shit trophy. And we got Lee.
Hello.
You boys all come in these different backgrounds. I don't like Josh's.
There's nothing shit about this trophy, mate. This is the
Well,
champs
no, 'cause it's
trophy.
got
This
my
is
name
what
on it 3 times, mate. That's why.
What's wrong? Do you know what?
this is what we fight for, mate. This is what we get up for every Saturday night.
Actually, I need.
Friday night.
Insert
what-
Eddie Hearn edit.
It's not been a good week for me, so I figured I should go find the bridge again.
You're going to jump off that bridge, yeah?
Your week
Has
was
it not
better
been a
than
good-
mine, though, isn't it?
Has it not been a
It's
good
the
week?
same. No,
No?
I thought you top scored midweek.
but it's not this week though, is it?
Yeah, but same.
Why have you just got weird already? What?
Boris Johnson.
Not Boris.
One thing to start with, boys. Happy New Year.
Yeah, a bit different this year, isn't it? Usually we're all together,
I know.
but
Get to have
It
a
was a
few
bit dead.
drinks. I
Bit
think
dead.
last year was mine, wasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was. No, last year Josh's was it not? Or was it yours?
No, last year was Stevens.
Yeah.
That's right.
Beer
the year
pong.
before was year
Big
Big
before.
ball on the
as
table,
yours,
shitty
yeah.
games.
Where Steven
Yeah.
couldn't down a pint.
And I downed too many
All over the
ciders and
floor.
threw up in Steve's
You
toilet.
did throw up in my toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
Not because I was like sick, but because I just downed too many drinks too quickly.
It was very, very bubbly.
Yeah, proper
Yeah,
puss.
it was fucking bubbly. Yeah,
All of the bubbles.
But
Had
everyone's
spaghetti
good.
come up as well.
I've had a much better week in terms of this draft anyway. Well, this second game week, should I say.
Nothing to do with
First
Tierney.
game week was horrendous. Oh, mate, boss.
I mean, he scored his first goal for Arsenal,
And assist.
and he got an assist and a clean sheet.
He's looked their best player, though. You can't deny
In
that.
that
yeah.
game, he was their
No,
best player.
in other games as well. He has been
He
sick
is
for
there.
them.
He is
Probably,
he
to
is
be fair.
quality.
Him
he
and
is a quality
Saka.
fullback.
Him and Saka have been their two best. But
Yeah, Saka's been good.
Also, Lacazette's been like better recently, like when he's played.
That's the thing,
Nice.
yeah, when he has
Nice.
played, like he's been getting goals and stuff.
I feel like that's always been the case with him there, though. But yeah, he just doesn't play.
Orbs, standard
He
orbs.
does.
But we'll chat about that when we get to it.
Yeah.
Boys, it is January, therefore transfer window is open. There's a couple of bits I want to discuss before we move straight on to that. Yeah,
Messi to West Ham, yeah?
Messi to West Ham as Lee's advertising.
That's what my sources are telling me.
Yeah. What's that?
David
Ketchup?
Moyes.
Barbecue?
David Moyes.
No.
Yeah, man. Mayonnaise has
Moyes
dropped
there.
me a hint. Moyes there.
Obviously, we had the news that the PSG manager was sacked, and instantly we had news coming through that Pochettino was taken over, and that is all confirmed.
Who else could have done it? Who else is going there?
Is it? I mean, he's obviously made himself a name with obviously Spurs and being very kind of sought after in terms of that. But like clubs like that, surely there's just no challenge whatsoever for them. Like,
I mean,
Well,
Poch has won fuck all. So
I get, yeah, I like that.
Not just one fuck all, but he's never been in a team to win much. Like,
It's a good team to go to at the start of
For
your winning
him,
career.
like, yeah, massively, I
Oh,
suppose.
yeah.
For him to be like, all right, we're just going to go and win some shit at PSG.
I mean, he's definitely going to win them, isn't he? Like,
I guarantee in a year's time you won't be saying Poch ain't won fuck all.
yeah, 100%.
I guess the only
Probably
thing
would
that'd
have
be,
won most of the league cups, the league.
yeah, the thing that he'll be obviously challenged, I suppose, on to
Semi-finals and
see how he does
Champions
would be
League.
Champions League, wouldn't it? But yeah. I suppose other news, boys. Josh, you mentioned this about Ronaldo.
I'll
No.
breaking Pele's official record.
Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
have to use the word official.
Any tweets from them
Oh,
as of
no.
yet to be like, nope, just like Messi has not.
No,
done.
no, but his Pele's Instagram page has been updated to state he's scored 1,058 or 53 or something.
Is it
Do you not-
1,200 and something?
No, it's
Oh,
do you
no,
not,
I don't
do you
know the
not think
actual
that
number.
tarnishes Pele's legacy, him doing all
Yeah,
of that shit?
100%. It's so
I think it's
like
I think it's silly, but
stupid.
I don't think many. I don't know that many people who have him as a top 3 player all time. Anyway, like,
No.
Do Do you know what?
We all said it.
He's in top 3 for a lot of people, but he's 100% top 4. That's the thing.
Yeah, but it's
That's
top
the-
4, isn't it?
Do you not think that's always the biggest
might
issue
have
when you
him.
look at like the comparison of the quality we have from here, like Messi, Ronaldo, etc., and obviously you look at people from like back in the days, like Zidane and stuff like that, which were obviously quality, but the standard of football being
Zidane not so much. Zidane's
No,
still
not
kind of
Zidane,
current. Like you look at like George Best.
like, yeah, that's
Maradona,
probably a
Best,
better example, like George Best and stuff.
Pele.
Yeah, George Best is a good example because now they have better footballs, better pitches, better
So you
boots.
see, like some of the saves or like defending, and you're just like, it's just non-existent. Like,
It
Well,
is mainly the defending that I see a massive difference. Like
Bobby
George
Robson.
Best was incredible.
George Best was nuts. For its time, there was not a lot of people better than George Best. Probably was the best at the time.
Good name.
relevant.
Thanks for your input, Lee.
In terms of these game weeks that we've had, we've obviously had some issues with, and I don't want to dwell on this a lot, boys, because it's obviously in the news everywhere and everyone's sick of hearing about it. But we've had some issues with COVID and some games being abandoned, free games. So obviously Fulham's games and obviously Man City's first week game.
It's almost like COVID don't give a shit about fantasy football,
I know.
and I don't appreciate that.
Like, how could it not fuck you up to win the fucking trophy last season, but now all of a sudden it's like, nah, let's just get involved.
Are you a little bit worried that this is all just happening again and the season could be just postponed again?
No, I think if they go into a full lockdown, like sports will continue.
I think if we go into a full lockdown and sports don't continue, I'm picking up Jimenez.
I guess
I'm
the
gonna do a league.
issue you have is like, are they able to kind of control it and maintain it? And we're seeing in the news so much that players are still not giving a shit. You know, they're having these parties and whatever's being reported. That's like with Kyle Walker, like this massive thing that loads of people met up and stuff. And
It wasn't Kyle Walker.
Well, you had
It
like,
was
there's a rumor for him.
Benjamin Mendy.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
Benjamin Mendy. It's come out and it was Mendy, and he's being
fucking
disciplined internally.
But
then
then you had
there's
three Spurs
Reguilon-
players, yeah, Reguilon,
Lamella.
Yeah, Reguilon, Lemela, and
Lo Celso, yeah.
someone else, Lo Celso, but
Yeah.
they were all at family events. It
Yeah,
wasn't
it's a
parties.
massive
They went-
like photo with
went-
like 20, 30 people there, and
They were together though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh,
the thing is, like, obviously, I follow like American sports, and like the NBA report 0 cases, like in there because they're in a bubble. But footballers, like, they're obviously not. They're not at the same standard.
Well, if you look
does
at
make,
what happens,
does make you wonder whether they do it as strict.
well, that's the thing. If you look
Like,
back
it's
at like
a-
the England situation, like I know we're going back a few weeks now, but they were able to get people into their hotel and stuff. You know, obviously Greenwood and Foden.
No, I
think
mean
you
the other way
see it
around,
harsher.
mate. I'm saying, like, do you think the NBA are doing it as strict, or they're just like, even if people test positive, they're like, yeah, 0 cases.
Oh, no reporting it.
'cause-
You never know.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It's a good
mean,
point, actually.
If it's as contagious as they say, mate, like chances of them having absolutely 0 cases is so.
Yeah, but with the NBA, they literally had a
They're an
bubble,
island, mate,
and
New Zealand,
the
didn't they?
whole team were in a hotel, and they weren't allowed their families at the hotel, and they were at the hotel for the whole of the playoffs, and they could only leave the hotel to go to games together, and they had 0 cases. Like, I think they did it. American sports seem to be doing this bubble thing really well.
Fair enough.
Like UFC's done pretty well. They've had the odd case here and there, but once they're on Fight Island, they don't report.
UFC
obviously, they
have
don't
handled
get
it
positive.
the best out of everyone in the world, I think.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know, because it's such a small amount of athletes.
Yeah,
If you know what I mean.
like, it's easy
I
to
know what you're
maintain.
saying.
On-
But
on a
it's not just
scale
the
of-
athletes though, like it's the whole team's going with the athletes.
The staff.
Yeah, but you could say the same for football.
Well, yeah, but the whole teams are going with the footballers. Like, there's a lot of
It's-
people involved with each athlete. Like, it's not just
Yes.
the athlete themselves.
It's obviously
It's
a
just
bigger,
bollocks, isn't it?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a bigger scale with things like football, but like it needs to be better, and that's the fear. Like if it isn't, and you know we get these announcements or whatever that come out, you know what's the potential that can happen? Do they stop football, or do they need to be in a position where they're trying to maintain it? But what's the risk for it? You know, especially if these
I
people
hope
can't
they-
be responsible.
I hope they don't stop football again. That
Well, is it
fucking
too early in the
kills me,
season?
that
Like, I know it's a third of the way in, but is it too early that they then decide it's a write-off? And do you know what I mean?
No, because Man United are like just
Mate, if-
below Liverpool in goal difference.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
As I mentioned, transfer window open. Anyone seen any news out there?
Not seen
Just
anything.
Liverpool saying they might not sign a centre back.
Just Messi
Messi.
holding a West Ham top.
Is there any actual news on Messi yet?
Nah.
Nah, he
No, I
won't
think
go
he
in
is.
January.
Other than what we announced
season.
last week, which was about him saying that he likes America. But
He could do a pre-agreement somewhere.
Yeah, he could do a pre-agreement, which wouldn't surprise me, to be honest.
we had
But I think he's all chat. He'll just end his career.
anything I've seen sort of confirms.
Probably.
You had Eric Garcia going to Barca.
Darren's
Yeah.
favourite centre back.
No
but
big
I
loss
think
there,
he's-
in my
hasn't
opinion.
really hit the ground running.
He's shocking. But do you know what? It's probably not his fault. Like, he's young. I don't think you can be a really good centre back young.
He'll be the next Gerard Piqué,
Yeah, probably.
who was quality.
You think
KDB.
he'll be as good as PK?
You don't know, do you? Like young defenders leaving the Premiership and going to La Liga.
The
Like
thing
Piqué
is,
wasn't
was-
anything special.
Yeah, was
Well,
he
yeah,
I
even
guess
that
so.
good?
No, he wasn't. And then like he become like he was. Well, he was good for La Liga. Obviously, defending's a little sus, but
I mean, you say he was good for La Liga, but look at the players he had in front of him. He had Busquets, arguably the best CDM in the world. He had Xavi, Iniesta for years. Like,
Arguably the best sort of ball keepers as well.
literally, yeah. Then you had Messi.
Puyol, mate.
Yeah.
I
these
think Piqué
players
was
don't. These players don't lose the ball.
let's just all agree that Piqué has the fittest wife in the world.
Does. He
Agreed.
does.
The goat, Shaqiri. I mean,
Oh,
To be
mate.
fair,
Shaqiri.
PK has.
pause.
Oh,
To be
dear.
fair, when PK left United, he was probably like, "Oh fucking hell, I'm leaving United." Right. Then he
But I'm
signs
going to
with
Barca.
Barca, and then he's just like, "I'm gonna win every cup competition there ever was." And then he's
And
like,
then he
"Win the World
marries some
Cup."
random Colombian chick from fucking.
Yeah. Do you think he looks back now and he's like, "I did well there, leaving United."
Yeah, that was a good. That was a good life choice, leaving United.
Yeah, I did well.
KDB, he's close on signing a new agreement with City.
I
They're
reckon
sort
they're
of
going to pay him absolute chunks.
They have to, yeah.
very closing
I don't
stages
know.
for that.
Do you know what? As highly rated as KDB is, I think he's underrated.
Yeah.
I mean, he
I-
literally could go down as the best centre mid ever in the Premier League. Like, he actually is that good.
I think he will. I honestly, if he plays a couple more seasons, because like obviously like longevity and stuff like that, I think he will. Like I know we're going to talk about this in a bit, but look at him the weekend. He played up front for fuck's sake, and still like he was so good.
He did miss
Finish a
few,
little
which
sus,
was-
but
Yeah, he
Like,
wasn't.
yeah.
He wasn't the best up front. It wasn't.
You
his
would
best
think.
game.
You would
I
think
thought, he was,
like.
I thought he was brilliant. Like he missed
I
that
thought
chance,
his-
but
He had
for his
missed a few
movement
chances.
and that
he
was
missed a couple of
brilliant.
chances. to be
Yeah.
fair.
But
I don't
do
remember him
think
missing a. He missed one chance he should have scored.
He missed a couple
Cancelo
of
put him
chances.
through 1-on-1. He fucking missed. Dickhead.
The goal though was it's actually incredible how he takes it down, how like as well as he
Sick
does.
touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. a sick
Straight off the
touch.
post, cannons back at him. He's just like, oh.
Oh,
Easy
just
touch,
feather
bang.
it, just feather it
It's
down.
yeah, it is like time stood still for him. He's just like, oh, thank you.
Solid from Sterling. It's fucking shit house.
Sterling, what is going on with Sterling?
But he's still
Just
doing. Like he
confidence,
still
innit?
does something. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
It's so
confidence.
suspect when he gets in front of goal. Like
He's
we were saying
always
the other
suspect,
day,
though.
one of the best players out there for getting in front of goal.
I think
And
he
then-
just is better in a situation where he's like coming onto the ball from like a whip low ball or something. But then even then he misses them from like 6 yards over the fucking bar. Like
He does. He
it's
does.
fuck, I don't even know. I really
He's
don't.
one of
Just
the
go through.
he's-
He goes through phases.
He's one of the best players off the ball.
He'll
I've
have
seen.
moments,
On the
yeah.
ball, in front of goal. He's never been good.
He'll have
Like,
moments
ever.
where he'll just bang and like he'll keep banging and whatever, and then moments where he's just
He's not an 88 rated player for me though.
only other thing I saw, it's not
fine.
really transfer news, it's kind of stuff we're not even kind of unaware of, I suppose, is the Dortmund CEO coming out about Sancho, and just confirmed effectively that when they were obviously having the negotiations, Sancho in his mind was like it was a kind of deal done situ, like he was ready to go to
He was
United.
ready to go to United.
Personal terms all
He
agreed.
confirmed. He confirmed, the personal terms, which we all said
which we
anyway.
kind of all knew. Like it was just they clearly just didn't want to pay the price. Which
They were just being like, in my opinion, they were just being greedy. And I don't know if it's going to hurt them because Sancho isn't having the best year.
Yeah, he said he's not going out in Jan. Like they won't be. They never sell anyone in Jan, so he definitely won't be leaving then.
Will it be good for him to leave there though? Do you think?
Yeah, I think it's about time. He's done his time. Like,
I think he needs.
He needs to go to a big team now.
Is Dortmund not a big team?
It's a big team in Germany, Bill. It'll always be tiny behind Bayern Munich.
I'm always a
been
believer.
a selling club.
If you look at the country you come from, I'm always a believer that you need to not really be successful in that area, but like if you look at like someone that's playing for England, for me, they need to be playing for like a top Prem team. Like you can play for Real Madrid and stuff, and obviously if you're the best in the world, but like I think you need to be coming back to the likes of United, City, stuff like that.
Do you think like if he goes to United or someone though, like do you not think like he'll be on the bench half the time and play half the time and just be?
No,
I
you don't pay
so.
don't pay £100 million for a player to sit him on your bench.
I mean, United have done that with players in the past.
I know they have, but it's normally when they're out of form or whatever. I think like United don't really have a starting right winger.
No. Greenwood is.
They got Greenwood.
Well,
Greenwood
and James.
Yeah, but James isn't a right winger. We brought him as a left winger.
Played that the other day though.
The thing is, though, like their best team is Martial and Rashford on the wings, Cavani down the middle. That's their best team at the moment. They're the best front three.
They did play that, and they weren't.
Did they?
They played it. Whatever the last game Cavani started, and it wasn't like it was bad. Like they still, I think it was Wolves.
No, they didn't play. But
I don't know if it
Rashford.
The thing is, neither Martial or Rashford.
Yeah.
Are that good on the right. That's the issue. Neither of them they've tried on the right loads of times.
I like cutting in onto the right and shooting.
Yeah.
But I think we've been crying out for a right winger for ages.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. In terms of
I just have a feeling that he will just be in and out like a lot. Like you can just see him having like 2 bad games and then just sitting out for a little bit. Like you can just see that happening.
Sancho ended his 19-game goal drought at the weekend.
Yeah,
mate, he missed the easiest fucking chance. Like Haaland was on fire, mate. His movement is unreal. He got in on goal so many times. The keeper was having such a good game. He kept parrying it to his left. So like Haaland's coming in from the left. He'd shoot, it would get parried out to the right wing where Sancho's arriving, and he missed 2 open goals. Didn't even hit his heart. Like I was like, what the fuck? And then, the last minute, he got a counter attack. Literally last minute of the game, broke in behind, somehow let the defender catch him like Sterling did, but he did like a Ronaldo chop, and then managed to get back in. Yeah, and his finish was good, but
finesse around the keeper.
He could have been affected, obviously, by all the transfer aspect. You know, he probably had in his head that he was going to be moving, to then not have that. You know, does that put that person like look at Messi? Like his whole attitude around things have now been like Barca's,
and he hasn't been the same either. Really, mate.
It's going to affect him, I reckon.
Do you think Haaland could be better than Mbappe?
Yeah.
Long term, like, do you think he has more potential than Mbappe?
He's got a way better finisher, in my opinion. But Mbappe has...
Pace.
Haaland's just a beast. Man.
I think Haaland's just as fast, mate. You watch it, he's
No.
He's fast.
He is not as fast.
Have you ever watched him break a defensive line running, mate?
Yes, I've seen him.
He's like a fucking gazelle. He's
like anytime I watch Mbappe, it's like...
Mbappe's got the scariest pace I've ever seen. His acceleration is unbelievable.
I don't know, mate.
It is mad.
Like top end, all right, acceleration. He beat his hip. Top end, I don't even think it.
Mate, top end, Carl Walker gets the nod over everyone.
Mate, top end Lukaku is rapid. Like,
Luke
Nah,
Shaw,
top
man.
end, Maguire.
nah, I don't know. Don't know about that.
Luke Eric Bay.
Luke Eric Bay. We'll talk about that when we
No,
get to those games.
I think Haaland's a better finisher, but Mbappe's just got the rest, man. So
5-star skills.
Holland is a beast. Let's move on to our weekend roundup, boys. Obviously, we had 2 game weeks involved, one of which our foursome was in, and then the weekend we've just gone through. So we'll have a look at those. Share my screen.
Dead screen.
Dead screen, so. So this is the first game week within, obviously, the difference between when we last done the pod. We done our foursome based on this. We obviously didn't do one based on the weekend just gone because same reasons as the one before. It just would have made things a bit more complicated. The unfortunate thing, obviously, within our foursome, which we'll go through, is that we had predictions for Man City game, and that was one of the games that was obviously abandoned. So I decided not to include another game. We had already done the edits, we had already done everything there, and everything was set. It just kept it on a level playing field, and we went down to the 3. But let's talk about the game week itself, and you know,
I predicted City would be abandoned. So do I get 2 points for that?
if you put 0-0, technically you should get.
No, you shouldn't.
It's Man City. No one put 0-0, mate. So we'll move on from that.
Worth a try.
I gathered that, Steve.
Any talking points from this week?
Absolute dead for goals, unless you support Leeds.
I was about to say, yeah, Leeds.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Ridiculous.
Everything else looks like the most boring freaking week.
Do you reckon this was the highest scoring clean sheet week of?
It was.
Yes,
it was confirmed.
100%.
It was the most clean sheets of any week, despite the lack of games.
Mad.
That is mad. Obviously, you had the likes of Arsenal going on to sort of winning ways. You know, I know Darren said it, and to be fair, they seem to have a lot of the game. Brighton, you know, done.
It was very even
done
at the
very
end.
well.
Yeah, by the end it was like more
Yeah, I think if you look at the first half, I mean, we showed the
first
stats,
half they had like one attempt.
Brighton,
Yeah,
Brighton all over
absolutely dominated. Yeah. That's the
But
trouble
yeah,
with Brighton
it's
this
good.
season, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. They
lacking
haven't
a
got the end
real
product.
quality end product. You know, Morpay's a bit leave it. Welbeck has been there, but he's also been a bit injured. So
Welbeck.
he's
Will
also-
Welbeck.
Will.
Welbeck.
Well.
But yeah.
Obviously, Leeds smashing it, which West
They need-
Brom. You do, but like at the same time, you look at West Brom. Obviously, they've had Allardyce come in, and you'd think they were going to be a bit more solid, especially when they've had certain results. Like I don't know if it was the week before. Yeah, like
He's not going
look
to
at
turn
West,
it round in
Liverpool,
one
West
day,
Ham,
though, is he?
Yeah.
1-1. Yeah, but it gets a draw against Liverpool, and then literally the week after, smashed by Leeds.
Yeah.
It all
I feel
sort of fell apart after the own goal. And
The thing is, though, their mentality in the Liverpool game was sit the fuck back, and I don't think their mentality would have been the same against Leeds.
no.
I feel like Leeds can do that against anyone as well.
Yeah.
I
And
do.
then
I
obviously
did read a
Liverpool,
few
Newcastle,
things.
0-0. Sorry, go on, Lee.
Yeah. I know. I was just read. I read a few things like on Twitter after the Leeds game, like Bielsa's style of football and this and that, and then it was like, then this week obviously we'll get into it. They got dicked by Spurs, and it was like, Bielsa's style of football. It seems like whether they win or get
I saw that,
smashed,
yeah.
people just rave his style of football. But it's like it's all well and good, like keep attacking, but if you're just getting bollocks on the counter attack, then what's the... Well,
Was
there
that-
should be a plan B.
It was like Swansea back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, me too, Dave.
Yeah. They were quality football to watch. That was fun, but they did like concede too many goals, and it's obviously cost them.
It's kind of
Yeah,
like if
they
you
got
look at
relegated.
like when Leeds played. I don't know if it was this week after or it was the week before. So like when Leeds played United, and their plan was go at them, and United handled that well, banged goals, and it's kind of like.
Well, that's the thing. Like against a team like United, that's the thing. Against a team like United and against a team like Spurs, they're counter-attacking football, and they're going to get done by that sort of team.
100%.
Because their end product is so much better.
Yeah.
Look forward to when they play here then, or wherever they play. And then obviously Liverpool.
Newcastle.
They seem to absolutely.
It was just
75% possession.
Couldn't hit the fucking target.
Didn't score. Or the front three were all terrible.
Yeah, they were all terrible. The rest of the team actually played well. It was just the front three that played.
Trent and Robbo played.
Oh mate, Trent and Robbo were unreal.
Same situation with the West Brom game as well. You know, considering they had so much of the game, but just couldn't get the end product in.
It's made the league table more interesting. So.
Yeah, I've got that as well, which we'll have a look at.
I'm quite glad that no one's particularly running away with it, because last year was just a bit dead all year.
Got to this point and it was basically like, I know it won't, but it was like it's done. Do you know what I mean? That was crazy.
But there was a little bit of us kind of like, can City come back? Don't know, maybe. They're like 20 points behind, but
United obviously grinded out the result against Wolves.
It did.
Left it really late.
Needed it though. That's a great
result. It's proper old school United though, isn't it? Like never die sort of.
Coming from behind, late goals. Like, it's just.
It wasn't even a good goal either. It was scrappy out. Well, not scrappy out.
Well, it was deflected.
Yeah. Well, obviously Bruno with a nothing assist there.
Yeah. We deserved it. Yeah.
Yeah, boys, so let's have a look at the filthy foursome that we had for this week, and then we can have a look at the Premier League table and draft fantasy, because obviously we've got another game week afterwards. So, these were our results.
Hey, I got a point. I didn't even know.
No one had any perfect
I got
scores. It was more, obviously, a couple of people getting a couple of correct results. Yeah, it's Jay, unfortunately, with none.
Kyle and you get fucking 3 correct results.
Yeah.
What were they again?
So obviously the City game wasn't there. I had the Arsenal to win. I had the Southampton West Ham game to be a draw, but I had 2-2 or something when it was 0-0. And then I had United to win. So a few people got the United to beat Wolves.
I got United and Arsenal.
A couple of people got the Arsenal.
I got United, Arsenal.
And then vice versa. Some people didn't have Arsenal, but they had the draw. So for example, Jay had Brighton to beat Arsenal, but then he had the draw for West Ham. Not Jay, sorry.
Kyle.
A bit of a rub down there with Jay.
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah, Jay didn't do anything. Poor Jay.
Story checks out.
But yeah, in terms of how the table's looking, so Alex still at the top on 36, Lee 34, Josh 33, Carl breaks into that 30 levels coming in there, me 29, Jay 27, Compa 26, and then Darren on 23. And we move on to our next week. But yeah, no massive scores, but we move, boys, we move. Close that. Obviously, there was another game week. That followed. Obviously, you had the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday games, and then from Friday, which had just gone, and we had one game abandoned in that, which again was Fulham Burnley. I know a few people in draft gambled on some Burnley players, but
what a shame though.
Yeah. Alex had a couple. Jay had
I was
one.
excited for that game.
Josh went to, and then he changed his mind.
I changed very late.
I did say to you, I thought it might be abandoned. But let's have a chat about this game week, boys.
Well, this is a much more exciting game week.
Very, very much so. I mean, straight off the bat, cracking result for West Ham. Everton, I know, haven't looked great the last few weeks. They've had a few wins, but because they've had some players out, they've not looked to their best. And
players out, but they've had their main team pretty much,
They
other
haven't.
than Allen and Hammers.
Digne.
I disagree. Everton have been so unlucky of injuries. Like
Digne created
said all
loads for them on
season.
the left. Like Hammers was a
Yeah.
good link up with him. Richarlison's had like red cards and injuries or whatever. Like they've had people.
Other
Allen's
teams have
out.
had injuries.
No, but the thing of Everton most of the season have had like 4 of their 5 best players out. Like it's been ridiculous.
I just think it shows that Lewin can't fucking do what he needs to do. He had chances to score in that game.
He has had chances. He's not been at his best. Like he's going back to the form that we know that he's at, rather than the form that he's been doing. So,
Yeah, he hasn't scored in
You're
what
such haters.
six? He hasn't scored
Oh
in
my
six.
god!
six
I
li-
knew. I was waiting for him to bite up.
agenda,
I was waiting
boys.
for it.
Agenda. Let's leave it there.
It's not agenda. I'm just saying like there was a reason they were winning. It was because Lewin was banging. He hasn't scored in 6 league games. Like maybe some of the others need to pipe up some goals.
Yeah, fair point. Maybe they need
Wait,
to take the
too,
pressure off him.
Richarlison-
And
Richarlison's in
he's
very
he's been-
bad form.
Obviously, he is
Um,
playing on the right, which he's not fucking.
I thought
Probably
he's been on the
doesn't
left.
love. No, they've been playing Bernard to compensate.
No,
Was it Hammers?
No, that was only 1 week because Iwobi's been
Oh,
playing on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Oh, well, there's your fucking
There's
answer.
your
He's not
answer.
going to pipe up any goals, is
Fuck me. Literally the worst Premier League winger of all time. Apart from Jesus Navas.
yeah,
he? He's goated, mate. He's become a right back.
He's goated. Do you know
He's
what?
become a right
become
back and he's
back
actually
because he can't
pretty good.
attack. He's become a right back because he can't attack. That's the only reason he's become a right back.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it, though.
Yeah, well, it's because he's fast. He compensates for that, doesn't he?
Valencia,
Anyway.
eat your heart out, mate.
Is this the worst Premier League start ever for Sheffield? Like for any
Yeah,
team
it
ever
is.
that Sheffield are having?
Yeah, it was. They lost. It was either last week or the week
The
before, and
table.
it was confirmed it was the worst start ever.
I think it was this week. The worst
2
time they took
points.
over from was it
Jesus
QPR?
Christ.
Was
I
it
think it
this
was
week?
QPR.
Really?
Must have
Why
been
am I
last-
not
the
backing
last-
clean sheets on this?
The last game week, it must have been.
Why am I not just backing that every game?
They lost. It was when they lost 1-0.
I don't think they've got it in them anymore either. They're just not really bothered.
The thing is, like,
Oh,
when
they're
you compare
done.
to last season, we were like, didn't even come in. Like, they were a little bit of question, but they didn't really come into mind because they've done so well, like last season.
It's just
like,
that first season, like second
yeah,
season, always like
They
second
definitely
season,
came
like
upon.
syndrome is
I
real.
was gonna say, I predicted them to go down in the first episode of VLS podcast.
I also backed Lee with that.
I don't remember
I don't
what I
know.
said.
I'd have to watch. I'd have to listen.
I don't know.
I know we confirmed things like West Brom, Fulham, and then we had loads of conversations around likes of potentially.
I'm pretty sure I said West Brom, Fulham, and Sheffield.
Yeah, you did.
Should have backed myself.
should have
Should
backed
have.
it. Other games, I mean, well, Spurs was good win.
Yeah.
I mean, but like we said,
Son
when
and-
you take into consideration Leeds are so attacking, it allows Spurs to be able to do what they need
Son
to
and
do.
Kane, mate, just doing
Goated.
a madness. Just
Mate.
their link up play, mate.
It just shows all you need to beat Leeds is 2 world-class players, and then just
It's a £200 million strike force.
and have everyone else just sit on the fucking goal
Yeah.
line. Go on, boys, do your bits.
I thought Bamford's movement in that game was quite good, to be fair. It's the first time I've
Just
actually
couldn't
watched
take his chances, like always. I
watched
suppose.
him.
Bamford, mate, he's all right. He's just not. I don't
Yeah,
know.
he had a
Ref-
couple of
that-
headers. He had some good movement for like some other shots. One of them was a good block, to be fair. I think it was Dyer. He had a
Probably
shot.
Dyer.
He had a shot, and it was really, it was a good block, but nothing click up. Good result for United, considering Villa have
Great result for United.
been playing very well.
Yeah. Eric Bailly, man of the match, had an absolute unbelievable game.
I think Eric Bailly's been man of the match like 3 of our last 4 games or something. He's
Me and
been a
Alex were
madness.
talking about it like yesterday. We were saying about he is quality, like, but obviously he does lack that defensive. What's what's the word? Like he just throws himself into shit. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't think of consequences.
It's like irrational.
He's all for the team. Like it's like this game, for instance, he threw his body on the line to block that last minute shot that was goal bound. It was quality, but like that's why he gets injured so much. That's why he gets yellow cards all the time, because he's so passionate by the looks of it. He just he doesn't think fully before he does something. But the way
go on.
The way he's playing, he's quality.
Yeah, that's the thing. You look at like someone like Van Dijk, like he's just so effortless in everything he does.
Like his awareness of what to do with situations is like already.
It looks like everything's calculated. Yeah, whereas Baye's just like stop them.
Terminator of defence, just not fun.
It's a shame because like Lindelof has been really good, but we need to keep Eric Bayer fit.
Easy, Bayer and Lindelof.
All right, so Bayer's been good, Lindelof's been good, Maguire's been good, Wan-Bissaka's been good, Luke Shaw's been great. How the fuck do United keep conceding goals?
I don't think our goal difference is that bad, by the way.
Let's have a look.
No, but that's because we score so many.
But you go against are pretty bad.
We've got Everton.
It is, but obviously we lost one game. We lost one game 6-0.
Yeah.
Wow, Liverpool got 20 goals again. What the fuck?
Again, they conceded 7 in a game, didn't they?
Yeah.
Filler.
Wow, fair enough.
No defences are good this year, but
Man City's, you know.
Oh, Arsenal, mate.
John Stones, mate.
Mate, John Stones, it could be the new best Premier League defender of all time.
Finally be living up to that transfer fee.
City in that game were so good. That's the best they've looked all season.
It is the best they've looked.
I don't know what it was about Chelsea. Like they've had Chelsea, I think have got like in terms of up there in terms of like clean sheet levels for this season. But I don't know what it was about when I was watching them, and every time City coming forward, I just thought it was going to be a goal. Like their movement, the way they were playing, they just didn't seem bothered. Like you look at Chilwell, I know Josh mentioned it. Chilwell for his like defending in that. I don't know if it was the first or second goal, but
it was the Foden goal.
Yeah, and he's just
Chilwell's worst
keeping
game.
him on line, keeping him on side, even though he knows his centre back's a step forward. Then doesn't even do anything about it. Just watching him, like it's horrendous.
Lee, did you? I know you're a big fan of him. Did you see the Ziyech apparent slip over so he didn't have to track back?
No, I didn't watch the game. I fell asleep.
There's a video online where City have got a counter attack on, and Ziyech, instead of tracking back, like falls over, but it looks really fake. And everyone's just didn't want to track back.
What a lad! Yeah, but he's probably thinking, "Fuck, I should be playing for City." Bunch of shit houses.
Chelsea were lazy and like they just couldn't handle the press. They couldn't handle the movement. They didn't know what to do with De Bruyne. Bernardo was good through the centre. He's so much better in the middle.
Yeah, he's way better in the middle than he is in the wing. Like I think he's actually shit on the wing, to be honest.
Cancelo, I rate so highly.
Right, he's getting better and better and better.
He's unbelievable.
Is he now? I don't know. Does he now start over Walker? He feels like he's got so much more in the end.
His technical ability.
Passing, yeah. He's just fucking...
Seeing as we've been speaking about Chelsea boys, a little surprise for you.
Is it Frank Lampard?
Might be.
Is it Jayson?
It is Jayson.
Oh no.
Where are you at?
How are you, Jay?
I can't see him.
How are we? All right.
How's it going, Jayson? He's actually called Jayson.
For the
he spells it how I spell it.
Yeah.
For the podcast, just so for everyone that's listening, we've had Jay jumped in, special guest for today's episode. He's going to be talking a little bit with us before he has to get off and get some sleep because he's got his shift to do. He is currently top of our draft, which we'll move on to, and we'll discuss that as well. I'm sure he's buzzing to discuss
that.
it.
We'll get rid of that section.
Talk about draft
but Jay, mate, we were just discussing Chelsea Man City.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Any thoughts on it, mate?
Serious question: should they be sacking Frank Lampard?
Nah, not yet. Not straight away. Probably. I don't know. It's got to be considered, but
There's a lot of
I don't know
pressure
who they'd-
now.
I don't know who. they'll get.
I don't think they should sack him. Not yet.
I don't think he should. Like, it's a new team. It's like
Yeah.
it's not his first. It's not his first season at Chelsea, but
I
his
think,
first season with his team.
yeah, because he's brought these people in and like he's spent and stuff, like to just chuck him out now would be stupid.
Yeah, it
Like
would be.
they need to give him time to be able to work with them, get them gelling, get them like they've come out and said, "Oh, we're backing him, like we've got no issues," and then they're now turning around and saying they're disappointed because of the City result. All right, but
Yeah.
it's Man City. Like, do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not like they've gone and lost. I know they've lost other games they probably should have won, but it's not like they're constantly losing to the likes of like Fulham, West Brom. Do you know what I mean? And struggling.
Didn't
Like-
they lose? Who did they lose to the week before?
They
drew,
didn't. They drew
yeah.
Villa.
Aston Villa.
No,
They
Villa.
drew,
Yeah.
yeah.
But Villa are a
saw-
good
I
team
see
It's a
this
good
year.
result. Right. Obviously,
Yeah,
you had the
I
Arsenal
saw-
game, and
That was the one slip
Like,
up, really. The Arsenal.
that's a
one.
bit of a
that was-
bogey sort of situation. But
But that was
Who
the
has
best
Chelsea
thing.
got next?
I think it's just their
they
record
don't have
against
this
the top
game week
six.
Fulham.
in Fulham, yeah.
Oh, there you
okay.
go. Go
But
on,
that-
Zia.
Yeah, bit of a derby.
But that was the best City have played in a long time, but
Yeah, City
still wasn't good
sick.
enough.
Jay, it's good to have you on, mate.
From what
Thanks.
I've seen, though, Werner isn't good enough.
No, well,
He's
No,
not
he's-
good enough.
Do you think that's though
Still,
because
like-
they've been like they haven't played him up front, and I was chatting to some people at work about it. Like he's been playing wide, and a lot of their players been like whipping the ball in, for example, like getting it to Reece James, and he's putting crosses in, which
They
is why.
cross a lot.
Yeah, which is why Tammy and Giroud are good, right? Well, mainly Giroud in terms of that aspect because he's good to get in those spots and score those goals. They didn't play them; they played Werner up top, but they were still trying to cross. Like every time I saw Ziyech on the ball, he'd cut back onto his left and he's whipping a ball in. But Werner's not going to get onto that. Like he's not that type of player to get onto those sort of balls.
He has
Hey,
been
when
getting
I
chances still, though.
When I watched Werner in the Bundesliga and he had his best season at Leipzig, every single goal he scored was a poaching goal. It was either the wingers bombing down and not crossing it in but playing it across the 6 yard, like across the box, or a ball being played through to feet and him using his pace to get on the end of it. Like Chelsea just seem to play to all of his weaknesses. It makes no sense.
He does still get chances, though.
He does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
think
does.
he's just lacking confidence, isn't it? Like, I mean, it's the same as Sancho, isn't it? You know he's world class, but he's just took him 19 games to score.
I know Ziyech has been out, but like when he has been playing, from what I've seen anyway, like I don't know what it is, but he just seems to be doing more of a crossing side. Like when he played for Ajax, he
Yeah.
was so good at getting the ball and then coming inside, and like creating stuff, moving into the middle with it. Like
But
I
it's
dunno.
like what Josh put in the group chat. I was reading that Lampard's apparently got a divide in the dressing room. He's not communicating well with Havertz and Werner. But is that a communication barrier? I don't know.
Shouldn't be an
Yeah,
issue.
you got to remember, like he spent 200 million, but it is a brand new team. Like, I think he needs more time.
Yeah.
I think if
And there's no
if
one
by
really
the
out
end of the
there.
season, if he isn't top four by the end of the season, like I think he'd be gone.
Yeah,
I saw earlier, I was quite surprised. He's got the lowest points per game total of any manager Chelsea have ever had, or in the last like 20 years or so. I think it's the same as Villas-Boas.
But he is a young manager, and normally in the Abramovich era, they appoint world beaters.
Yeah, they love to sack a manager.
well, we'll get it confirmed here. Jay, being the big Chelsea fan you are, keep Lampard on, get him sacked. What do you reckon?
even to the end of the season.
Okay.
You've got to back
And it-
him after all that money.
Oh, let's
And
see
then
if you'll be
what's
saying the
not-
same when they lose to Fulham. Yeah.
Well, if Fulham can get a game on at the moment, that'd be nice. But
Yeah, that's true.
We did discuss that. We were going to move on to the table. We don't need. I don't want to look too
So,
much.
do
at
we
it.
not want to go back to last week's predictions?
What, where Jay got 0 points?
We done our.
I did all right the week before.
You did. You got 6.
Yeah, you did.
I was close
I
with
mean-
a couple of them.
I mean, Jay, you're beating Darren in the foursome, so
That's not difficult.
No,
Being down in every competition we're in, yeah.
Again, not difficult.
Oh my god.
And I,
Says the Cowan and Holder, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Loves it.
He's
He
changed
hopes
the new
not
year
after
Jay,
this
Jay,
one.
mate.
He's a new Jay.
We're,
new Jayson.
I did see Alex in the group saying he wanted someone to defend him, but I did just look at his team again, and there's no chance of defending him.
He's gonna love that.
Loves it. We'll have a quick look at the table and then we'll do draft before. I know Jay does need to get off, so a quick look at the table. I suppose in terms of the bottom side, no real surprises with the likes of West Brom, Fulham, and who we kind of. I think even Brighton we said would probably has the potential of struggling.
Brighton would do better. But...
I said in the group the other day they were in big trouble.
But they like Darren said, they have been playing well in. Well, they seem to be playing well in some games, but they just don't seem to have anything.
They've got that Man City problem. They need a striker.
Yeah. Obviously, Arsenal have kind of gone on a bit of a better run now.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how that kind of goes.
6 off top 4.
Yeah.
I suppose the most interesting one, which they should be up there if you look at as the team in general, but probably people doubted United would get there. And they haven't really had the performances that would suggest they would be second and joint top, but they're grinding those results.
They got the goat, so that's.
Oh mate,
Wan-Bissaka.
Fernandez, man.
Wan-Bissaka, mate. All right, calm down.
Got an assist, mate. He's actually developing his attacking game.
Yeah. Do you reckon Bruno's just like? Do you reckon KDB watches Bruno and it just makes him want to elevate his game?
Probably.
Yeah, I think it's
probably
good for
say
the
both
league.
ways. Probably say with Bruno as well.
I was
Bruno
say
is
probably both
one
ways.
of the most competitive footballers I've seen in a while. Like he reminds me of Ronaldo. Like if he's not good enough, I can imagine him putting every hour in the training ground he can.
Yeah.
Just to get better. I like it.
But he's not the
Hunger.
physical specimen Ronaldo is, though.
No, I'm not comparing them. It's the mindset.
Yeah, the mindset. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's good to have a
It's
winner at
so-
United again.
It's so close this year, though. Like
It
Man
is
City,
mad, isn't
Man
it? How
City-
close it is.
So much
Man City
better.
win their game in hand over the top two. They're 1 point behind.
Yeah.
Like,
It's such a it's looking like a great season. Hopefully, as we discussed earlier, fingers crossed, nothing really affects it too much with the current state of affairs. Let's have a look at draft. Something Jay can obviously definitely shout about and all
current
for him.
state of affairs.
I wish I'd come on last week.
Politician.
It's the right term to use, mate.
Oh, mate. Jay, I don't know what you moan at, mate. You're
Economic climate.
second highest score at the moment.
Oh yeah, I know. But I had 60 last week, so.
Yeah, true.
So we had obviously the 2 game weeks. So this was the first one, which is where our predictions were for as well. And
Don't need
then
to talk about that one. Move on.
Jay under 25.
Don't need to talk about that one.
That was unlucky.
And then
That was-
this
that was
week
well,
here, we've
actually.
obviously got one game. Which actually, while you're here, should we have a look at the
The
lineup
lineups.
when this decides to fuck off?
Oh, yeah,
And
mate.
you
Jesus
decide to
Christ.
fuck off.
It's in here, yeah, boys. Shut it.
Oh, there he is,
Oh.
the boy. Oh, Thiago.
Jordan Henderson, centre back. Wow.
Oh
Wow. Okay. But to be fair,
I was
Good
tempted on a
week,
gamble
wasn't
of picking up that one that they played. Who was it? The I can't remember. They
Williams.
yeah.
Reece Williams.
No, they didn't even play him. They played the other one as well.
Phillips.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I picked up Williams and then he didn't play, and this one did.
yeah,
So
I
I was
don't
like,
think
oh, I'll pick
either
him
of
up.
them,
But
either of them aren't good enough. I don't think.
Hendo.
Like
Nah, both young.
we think about Everton's problems with injuries. Hey, Liverpool have the problems, but they're dealing with
Liverpool just keep losing the same position.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
need a centre back, man.
yeah.
it.
Like,
said-
I'm
Klopp
not.
said they might.
Back line out.
I'm
Of
not
course
Said
they've
they
got-
might not sign one.
People have got a few players
right
left to
one comes
go,
up.
so obviously a couple of people have got Liverpool players. Jay's got 3 Southampton players to go. Is Ward-Prowse in there?
Supposed to be 2, but
Yeah. Obviously no
But yeah.
Toski, mate. So
Come
you
on,
get a few
Robbo.
points. What?
Come
I'll
on,
take
Robbo.
10 points. I'll take 10
10.
points.
Oh, do you know what? I don't mind that. And Danny Ings' goal or something
I
would
think-
be.
Ings should score against
Would be
Everton.
nice.
Do you know what? Like, this is big for Henderson. Like, if they can pull off a clean sheet against Southampton, the way Southampton's been playing, Like that shoots Henderson up, like in my estimation.
I'll just happily
Fucking scumbag.
Leo can
Southampton
clean
score.
sheet.
To be fair, I had Rob Holding. Did you see the assist Holding got for Tierney's goal?
Yeah.
Just passed it to him on the wing, and then Tierney just run the pitch.
Darren, obviously, hopefully Robbo continues the form he's been in and they actually put some away.
Bobby gonna get a hattie.
And
This guy.
Yeah, solid.
he's not under any
And-
threat, is he? No, he's got a couple of players and
Nah,
stuff.
Havertz comes on.
Yeah, Havertz is on.
But, I
Two
mean,
without a
it's a
keeper.
very good week for obviously me boys, no denying that. And
scum,
people
mate.
can still have some good weeks. So.
Could be your year still.
Oh, Lee, it's really close
Something
to
like
me and
that.
you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been quite good actually. Our little battle.
Yeah. We've
got-
literally been neck and neck, like.
Well,
I've got 2. You've got 2 as well in this game, I think.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Before I close up on draft, I wanna give Jay a chance to have a little speech. He's top of the table, 827 points. Obviously, subject to change with depending on what happens with the
At
players
least
he's got.
840. At least
Fuck.
840.
But
Fuck that guy.
Jay, you've been bottom how many times?
Let me
3
just
out
have
of
a
4,
look.
innit?
I've got it here.
How many times?
Two. Twice.
So you're
2 out of
currently
3.
holding the Cowden. Obviously,
I am.
there are certain things
Right here.
affected by that if you take consideration Alex didn't do last draft and stuff, and you know that obviously does have an effect, as you can see with our current table, Alex being bottom. How do you feel being top, mate?
So
Unreal.
good.
Yeah, it's good. Enjoy it. It's nice to be at the top end. It won't last, I don't think. I think one of you scumbags or something.
I'm just wondering which
But-
person you sold your soul to, mate. Because your luck is ridiculous.
No, not really. I think I've really got.
Mate, it's not even his luck. The biggest thing that
think Jay
surprises
did
a lot more.
It's an agenda against you.
yeah. The biggest thing that surprises me is every year you look at how he drafts and it's fucking dreadful. And he always does some shit trade, but you look at it this year and he's probably drafted one of the
Do you know what?
best
Lockdown,
teams.
it's kept him sober. He hasn't been out.
No darts has helped.
No doubt.
Mate, to be fair, he did draft really well.
Yeah.
He hasn't made any trades yet, but
Yeah. It's
You know.
Do you know what though? This is actually the closest year in a while at this point between first and second, even still.
Yeah. There's not
And
a lot
then
in it. It only
he-
takes
Nah,
a couple
there
of bad
isn't.
weeks and a couple of good
Does,
weeks.
yeah, it does change quite quickly.
It does change.
I mean, look at where I was a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
where
Yeah,
was you? a few weeks
You've done
ago?
alright.
Or I was
yeah,
bottom,
bottom,
like
yeah.
50. I was like 50 points behind Alex or
Yeah.
whoever was second last.
Yeah, and hopefully Chelsea do it a bit of form and actually my players from them start contributing. Apart from
Yeah,
Zuma.
it would be. It would be nice.
You fucking piece
Seeing
of
as
shit.
I've got fucking
Fuck you.
3.
Pulisic looked like he was quite good.
Yeah,
against
Pulisic looked
their
good.
only player.
Pulisic did
He was
look
probably
good,
the
yeah.
only one who did look good.
Yeah.
But
He
yeah,
looked
no. Yeah, just being a lot more sensible, picking up some good defensive.
You literally just pick up whoever's playing Sheffield, which is genius.
Well,
really.
that's a solid tactic.
Might have to
Yeah, it
follow
is.
suit.
It
I might have
is.
to do a
Normally
Josh
that
and start
tactic
copying
just
him.
doesn't work there.
I don't think it'll work next week because I've got Newcastle. I think they might score against Newcastle.
Possibly, mate.
Thanks for the
Newcastle
tip,
hasn't been
Jay.
great.
Jay ain't getting no points next.
You got extra minutes in you, Jay?
What's that?
Have you got some? You got a few more minutes in you?
Yeah, I've got a couple more minutes.
Let's
yeah.
we'll move on to this week coming up because we can also look at Jay's predictions for our filthy foursome, seeing as he's here.
That's
This
FA
will
Cup,
be
mate.
interesting.
Yeah, but we're doing it for
Oh yeah.
the one that's on the Tuesday, the 12th. So there's
Oh,
obviously
yeah.
no games on the weekend. We've got the FA Cup, which would be good. But having
It
a
might
look
be
at
good.
having a
Which would
look
be
at
good.
the
Oh yeah,
fixtures.
that's just what we want, mate. We don't
know.
want any. Go on.
Yeah, but
Probably
FA Cup's
Leeds
always
one,
exciting,
isn't
isn't it? For the lower
Probably
teams.
Leeds. Big.
Yeah. We've only got 5 games on this game week 18 coming up. Anything here that interests us?
Not really.
Man City, Brighton.
Villa Tottenham
Not
big,
really.
probably the best
Villa
one out of
Tottenham
that.
would be the best game, I reckon. Yeah, either that or 0-0.
No, I disagree. I think Villa Tottenham will be a boring game.
Well, I think Villa might beat them.
They
I
could
reckon
beat them.
Wolves
my
Everton would be
prediction.
good.
No, I think that'd be dead as well.
I actually think Man City Brighton will be a good game.
What do you think, Man City will win 6-0?
No, I think it'll be a good
5.
game. I think both will score.
Arsenal, Palace on the break might cause them a few issues.
Yeah, true.
Eze.
That is a big game for Arsenal, to be fair.
Well, that threw me out then.
need that.
There's 6 games. I was going to say.
Yeah, that threw me out. Why was that up there? I was thinking, like, we had United in the predictions. Where the fuck is that at? That's
Wait,
weird.
what?
Look, they've done
United-
like random.
Match day
It's
1
because
of
it's
38.
their game in hand or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah,
What,
but why is it match day 1?
I don't know.
Because it was meant to be played in the first
week.
game week.
Yeah,
Was
it
that
was
actually?
delayed for a
Yeah,
week.
was.
that's thrown me out.
Okay.
In terms of our predictions, so we'll do and move on to. I don't need that up. So we'll close on to our.
I'm interested this week.
There is
Yeah.
one
Why?
game. There is one game, and you're going to see it because obviously some of them got it. But we'll go on to it now. So in terms of our foursome, we've gone for. So we've gone for Wolves, Everton, Burnley, Man
Oh, wow.
United,
Oh wow!
VLS, Spurs, and Arsenal, Palace.
Wow.
Josh and Darren, and even to be honest, a few of our results are literally bang on, boys. Like you can see, like the Arsenal, for
Yeah.
example, Palace. We've all of us have gone for 2-1.
Fuck's sake, man.
Man United,
I'd like to-
Burnley,
I'd like
all
to
of us
change
have
mine
gone
now.
for 3-0. And the thing I wanted to say is the Arsenal Palace game. Every single person has predicted the same.
Can I change now?
No.
Oh.
Jay, Compa, Kyle, Alex, every single person has gone for 2-1 Arsenal.
Wow.
Oh my god!
Wow, that's
That's
actually
sick.
mad.
I'd now like to put 3-1.
It's an absolute madness. I was tempted to do something like 3-1 because obviously I've got like orbs and stuff, but then I was like, oh,
I'd like to just put 1-0.
Look at mine and
Alice.
Darren's scores as
Yeah.
well. Me and
Yeah.
Darren have got
other than,
3
other
scores
than
the
top
same.
one, literally.
And then one completely different.
You probably
Mine
copied
Spurs,
him, Josh, somehow.
Aston.
I think Lee's really hoping because of the fact that he's got Villa players in his team.
Watkins and Kane have a
It's going to be loads of goals.
Literally, probably one of the most solid teams of the season was Spurs because they play so defensively. He's gone for them to concede 3 goals.
Hey, Eric Dyer ain't gonna be able to keep up with Ollie Watkins, mate.
He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to run. 'Cause he's sitting in his own box, mate.
We'll run through the results quickly because I am conscious of where things are. But I've gone for Wolves to draw 1-0 with Everton. I've gone for United to win 3-0 against Burnley. I've gone.
So we all have. But yeah.
Yeah, I've gone Spurs to win 3-1, and as we said, I've gone Arsenal to win 2-1. Darren,
Yeah. I'll let Josh call up. No, I'm joking. 1-0 Wolves against Everton. 3-0 United. 1-0 Spurs, Aston Villa, and 2-1 to Arsenal against
Yeah.
Palace.
Lee,
2-1 Wolves. I just think they'll beat Everton because they're shit form. 3-0 United. Go on, United. 3-0 Spurs, Aston Villa because obviously my draft team, and Arsenal to continue their form. 2-1.
Josh,
Everton to win 2-1 against Wolves because James is back. The rest of the results same as Darren.
There you go.
perfect.
That'll
And Jay, do you have your results to hand?
I do.
Let's
So
go
I've
for
gone
yours,
1-0
mate.
1-0 Wolves. Bruno to win 4-0 against Burnley. Villa Spurs 1-0, and I've gone 2-1 obviously Arsenal Palace.
Wow,
A lot of
it's
people went
literally
Villa
it.
Spurs
Insane.
1-0.
Yeah.
Wow.
More hope than anything for me.
I want
Hope
goals.
for what?
Hope
I
you
think
lot
Villa
get
are quite
fuck all
attacking.
points and title race.
Son goal, mate. Go.
It's on
Um,
the simp.
To be fair, if Son scores, Kane will assist it.
Let's have a look at.
Well, I'm not even looking forward to the results now because of that. Like, we're all
Because
just
it's
gonna
so
get
It's actually a
zero.
bit dead, isn't it? It's literally
Sounds-
dead.
Sounds
Um,
like mine are the most different. So
Yeah.
Let's have a quick look at captain choices and I suppose who you would pick for this particular game week.
Bruno.
Oh, yeah, clearly. No, actually, yeah, probably Bruno. to be honest,
Bruno, or
or
maybe
Rashford.
even someone like City, like KDB.
I'd go Bruno or De Bruyne.
Yeah,
Rashford.
easily.
My out there would be Callum Wilson.
That's not an out there, mate. Callum Wilson's like a 9 million player.
No, he's not.
Saka.
No, he's not. You're right.
Martinelli.
Why are you trying to make me keep Martinelli, you fucking scumbag?
Patrick Van Aanholt.
Not going to lie, it's kind of working.
I think.
Jay,
I thought
any
Martinelli
ideas
was
and
gonna
prediction
start
who you'd
last
think
game.
go for captain?
Bruno probably.
Yeah.
Outside of
Seen-
maybe Neto.
It's gone for his team. Loves it.
Yeah,
Why
go
not?
for his team.
Fucking
Needs to
scumbag.
be done.
Neto is a 5 million player though, 5.5.
Yeah.
So.
Neto is actually the most cracked out 20-year-old I've seen in a while.
He's doing
he's
well,
good.
to be
He's
fair.
sick.
He's doing well.
I asked you the other day, any of you lot in the cup or still in the fantasy
No.
football cup?
I'm
I
not
didn't
doing
even know
fantasy.
that was a thing, mate. Not gonna lie.
Where have you been?
I didn't
mate?
realise until I went onto it and I saw my opponent. I was like, the cup. It's the only good part about fantasy.
Yeah, I haven't done it this year.
I haven't changed
I
my
know.
team since week 1, to be fair, so I don't know, it might be in it.
Nah, I doubt you are, mate.
I've had Harry Kane as captain since day 1.
Do my
You're probably
You
there.
probably won it.
You're
mate.
you're probably like second
You're probably second in like UK, like
in the
the
world.
whole thing.
In the world.
In the world. Yeah, I mean that covers off this game week sort of coming, boys. Obviously, next podcast we'll discuss the next game week, which happens quite quickly, obviously for the week. So we'll obviously get to that when it needs to it. But yeah, looking forward to our 6 games.
You said that's so interesting. Yeah.
Ah,
You're
it's-
buzzing.
I mean, there's a few of them Tuesday, Wednesday.
Game.
I think if the Thursday game, it's going to be good that the fact that we've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, in terms of like, and Monday in terms of where games are. So it's a nice
Yeah, I
run
suppose
of
that's
games
right, yeah.
every day. So yeah,
That's good,
Thursday,
though,
one of
yeah.
those opportunities that you can get added to the team for scoring an every day of the week, boys. Let's see if
Easy.
Aubameyang can start
Join-
that.
Join Martial.
What a stat.
It's a great stat. But yeah, boys, that covers that where it is. And Jay, that covers where you are, mate. I think he's just messaged me to say his tablet's turned off. So
Fuck's sake.
just like normal Jay, he's just left lurking on his own.
That is Jay behaviour.
It's absolute Jay behaviour. Wonder if I can kick him.
Get him gone.
I'm gonna remove. Oh, he's gone. Look. See you later, Jay.
Left.
Where's Jay
Fuck.
gone?
At least he gave us predictions.
He did. He
Yeah,
did.
it's been a pleasure, Jack. I love how he's like, I've got a couple of minutes left. Just like sat,
He just
sat
looks at his
next to his
battery,
charger.
it's 2%. Like, I've got a couple of minutes.
Looks at his charger, thinks, nah.
Yeah, boys, so that covers off our weekend. Let's talk about anything else that we need to cover off. Anything from the world of UFC, boys?
I think we're going to be talking more next week on UFC. As there's a
We've
big
got some
card coming
predictions
up.
and stuff and bits like that.
We'll
haven't we,
bring in
next week?
predictions for the year,
Decent.
and we can sort something out.
We'll
then.
do it.
So,
We'll do a good piece on UFC next week then.
The only other fight stuff was the Ryan Garcia knockout,
Oh,
dirty
yeah.
body shot. That was
Yes.
just, but that was quality. Watch it if you haven't.
Early knockdown. So fair play
Yep.
to him.
boss.
Yeah, it was good.
In terms of our gaming side of things, obviously we had our tournament. Well, our kind of, I suppose, pre-league warm-up, if you like, tournament. It didn't, I suppose, go as we expected, but at the same time, we've been trialing players, haven't we? So we've been getting some new people in, seeing how the team's sort of gelling together. And it's coming together. We've got a CGM that we've been trialing, and we're trialing him tonight. So that looks quite promising, and the team looks like it's getting into a really, really good shape. I'm excited for the league. I don't know when the league
It
starts.
is.
I'm not 100% when the league starts, but it'll be like mid-January at some point, or at like the end of January. So
Nice.
But we have work to do. So come watch us on Twitch.
.tv/VLS023. Come check it out, and if you haven't already, go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribing to YouTube doesn't cost anything; it just means you're getting the content. Go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We want to be building that as well, and that's where a lot of our content's going to be posted from the clips that we get. And
This year, big things, boys.
big plans for this year with the VLS page in general. I want this stream, and I know we joke around the stream and etc. and whatever, and we'll get to where it needs to be. I do want this stream to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, pro club stream that's going out there. I want us to be doing absolute levels based on pro clubs. I know that's like limiting the market, but it's what we're all good at, and you know
Some of us are good at it.
But we've always been like, if you look at divisions, we've always been Div 1. We've always been winning that. And like,
Lee with his fucking beer. Is that beer? What is that?
All right,
Red
there, my
stripe.
friend.
we're all
It's
jumping on now,
irrelevant.
boys.
All right.
We
So
are.
until next week, boys, this has been episode 18 of That VLS podcast. We'll see you
Bye.
then.
Your mum.
See you later.
Stay safe.